Welcome to Brain Wreck. I'm Jason X.
And I'm Kevin Graham.
And this is the best show on the internet.
Hey, look at this. Oh my God.
We're doing it live, folks. We're doing it live.
We're doing something new.
Across multiple, there's this thing that people really want. And I hear it all the time. It's called world peace. And the reason they want it is because they want different places to come together as one. And folks, you're getting that here tonight. We are streaming for the first time across multiple platforms.
Well, I don't know if it's the first time. It's the first time in a long time.
Did we do it before?
Yeah, that's basically how we started streaming on video.
Right.
We were doing YouTube. We were doing Twitch.
Yeah.
We were doing Periscope.
That was a thing.
That was a thing. Periscope, which was eventually Twitter.
Right.
We were doing D Live. Remember that like German tube site?
We've tried it all, folks. Like we've been around the block before, but for the first time in a long time, we're investing in this channel. We got all sorts of new gadgets now. We got a hi from Blakely K, who's watching over on YouTube. And you know what we can do now, folks? If you want to chat with us, we can put you on the screen. So you can now be a part of the show.
Folks, if you want to upgrade and level up your content channels, just assume the role of producer and do it terribly for almost 5 years. And then your content partner will then say, hey, I've got this really cool idea. I learned about this thing. We should do it. And then just say, okay. And then you get all of this.
Well, it was time. It was time. It was time. I'm not saying that, I'm not taking all the credit because, if you do watch us only on YouTube, you can follow us on Facebook right up here. If you do follow us on Facebook, you can follow us on YouTube. We are on the gram tonight.
You're on me, huh?
Oh, well, who isn't? Yeah. And not only that, but if you do want to also support this show, you can head right on over to our TeePublic and go ahead and get yourself a t-shirt. We got QR codes, folks.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Look at that. God damn.
Wait. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Oh, there's a sale going on up to 35% off site-wide. Get yourself all the Brain Wreck TV stuff. Make it happen. All right, I'm going to see us on Instagram, though. I haven't.
Yeah, I don't know. See, here's the thing, folks. Like, this is more of an experiment. We're trying things. We're changing it up.
Yeah. This is like college. Test your own boundaries.
So,
see where things take
funny story about college.
Oh,
so the wife has decided that she is going to college. She wants to pursue a degree in engineering, which is pretty close to sewing, construction, math, all sorts of things like that.
I was just having this conversation 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago? 2 nights ago.
Okay.
Where we were talking about college.
Right.
And how many people set out to do one thing. Like, hey, I want to be, I don't know, I want to be a veterinarian.
Sure. Right.
But I don't want to do the veterinarian stuff.
Right.
And it's like, well, if you go into like this other field, like, I don't know how it works, like biology.
Sure.
Or like, research, you can bring that into the field that you want to be in, which could be helping animals.
Right. And you don't have to do the gross stuff.
You don't have to do like the veterinarian stuff.
Sure.
But like you can still do the stuff that is related to the veterinarians. And I'm like, yeah, like that is a good way. Or trade school, always an option.
They're always going to need a blacksmith.
Always going to need an electrician.
A baker.
Anything.
Plumber.
Podcaster.
I mean, no, we're disposable as shit. But anyway, The wife so this was her first week of classes. She's never done
Mm.
college before, never really liked school, so she's been on, like, 11 all week long.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just completely stressed out of her mind, and it didn't help that she's taking 2 classes to start with. She's taking a math
Right.
class and an English class.
Mhm.
She's very nervous about both, but it didn't help that in the introduction of the English class, the instructor made a video. These are online classes. And
Right.
in the video, she was talking about the dangers of AI and not using AI in your English writing.
Mhm.
And the way that she expressed this and this is to people who are just starting out,
Mhm.
a lot of them are straight out of high school. This is how she addresses the issue. She says, "Don't use AI. I'm better than you. I'm a doctor and I should be better than you. So if
Mhm.
your writing is as good as mine, I know you cheated." And so she's listening to it and I'm in the room
Mhm.
and I'm just like, that's awfully aggressive. Like
That I mean,
that's unnecessarily aggressive to
yeah.
people who are like gung ho, like I'm starting out my future. This is my first
Yeah.
class. Oh, fuck me. Like
Yeah,
what
also, like, can we just hit, the pause
Mhm.
button real quick? You know, what does that say about you as a
Mm.
doctor if your writing's not better? You know
Well,
what I mean?
here's the thing. Like and as my wife said, it's one thing, that it should be assumed that the professor knows what they're
Yeah.
doing and
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's one thing where, like, if you know a fact, but then you have to state the fact
Mhm.
and, like, threaten with the fact, it's
Mhm.
like there's an insecurity level there
Oh, yeah.
that's really unhealthy.
That is also, like, the AI is going to take my job one day.
Oh, I mean, we're all done for. I don't know if you
Yeah. Like, and honestly, I'm not saying this happened to me, but,
Mm.
I might be aware of a situation where somebody had to write some content real quick. Not a whole lot, but like a paragraph, and,
Mhm,
they put in a prompt or 2 of what they were looking for, and what
mhm.
was returned to them was miles better than anything that they were ever gonna write, and that person may have said, "You know what? Maybe there is hope."
Oh, I use AI every day.
It's it's
I use
it's
it every day, and
it's
I
good,
do
like,
not care.
we're doomed,
Oh, we're
but
so
it
fucked.
is
Like,
yeah.
give us I give it 2 years. 2 years tops,
Ooh,
all the
ooh.
marketers will be out of business, because you have things like Canva, you have things like all the platforms now are
Dude,
building in AI.
I have to show you something after the show.
Okay.
Remind me, because I it is gross.
Oh.
It is gross how good this was.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, we're done for.
We are so fucked.
And the thing is, like, what I try to tell people all the time, and especially in, like, my job, your job, where
Yeah.
we're marketers, we're people that create fucking content for a living.
Mhm. Yeah.
Perception's reality.
Per Oh, yeah.
So, perception's reality, so, like, you don't
Don't give away the canvas scan. Yo,
yo,
it's
I it's the secret's
Justin,
out,
come on.
brother.
It's
The
yeah.
secret's out. Like, it just
The
is.
toothpaste is out of the tube.
It ain't going back in.
Yeah. No, no, no.
Um, but the thing is, I tell people all the time, like, "Listen, and people are like, "This didn't really happen." I'm like, "Bullshit, it didn't. It's on the internet. It's real." Because the people who see it, who weren't
Yeah.
there, think that's what happened. And that's all that we're trying to create, is we're trying
Mhm.
to create the perfect moment to sell
Mhm.
whatever we're trying to sell, regardless of what the fuck the actual thing happened was.
Yeah.
So we're done for.
I feel like I'm cockeyed.
I mean,
There we go. That's better.
did anyone
You took
notice?
all of my power, by the way. I don't know what to do right now.
I inadvertently cucked you out of production.
I am just sitting in the corner, just watching you fuck this show. And I don't know what to do about it. I'm like, there's like, I'm looking at one screen. I
Uh-huh.
don't have to worry about anything.
No.
I am lost. I am a man without a country right now. I just don't. You got to move that
I,
logo, by the way. That is
which
like in my space. It's
uh,
invading my space, and I
you
don't like it.
you didn't like it? Okay. Well, okay. This is a trial and error thing. Listen, consent is key. If you're, do we
That
need?
was an aggressive placement.
Well, I don't get to control the placement, so maybe we need to come up with a safe word. Like if I do something that you're just like, I don't really like that, but like we're on the air, so
Yeah.
like maybe we need a signal. Maybe we need to like.
I mean, if I just start yelling Bananarama, it's all going
Perfect,
downhill.
perfect. I'll take all the overlays off. That'll be
Yeah.
the safe word.
I just
Oh
need some
man.
like buttons on my end. Like I need to be that little brother who you just give the controller to that's not plugged in. And like I just need to press buttons,
Okay.
and believe that I'm doing something.
You need a fidget toy. That's what you need. You need a fidget spinner. Does the kids still do that? They still doing that?
I mean, I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know what they do.
But anyway, so she's been on an 11.
Right.
But she's doing great, and hopefully, she'll start to feel a little bit more confident as it goes. But
It gets easier.
it does get easier. It gets
Yeah.
easier, especially when
once you crack through that first wall, it's all open field.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I don't know if that's a good analogy or anything.
It's not the worst one.
Okay.
So
sometimes it's lonely to just be in a field all by yourself. You can be in charge of the chat, but like, what do I do? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't have anything on my end that I can do.
You can't click the chat or nothing?
I mean, like, I can click, but it doesn't do anything.
Okay. Well, then just click it for funds. And then when it does come up, you'll be like, I did that. Like you can take responsibility for it. So
that's no help to me.
Okay. Well, we'll give you something to do. We'll give you a job. Yay. But we got to talk about some wrestling.
Yeah, we do.
Pro wrestling.
Folks, this is now the premier pro wrestling show on YouTube
and Facebook and
Instagram, which I don't think we're streaming on right now.
Probably
and
not.
Twitter, which I don't think we're streaming on right now.
We'll figure it out.
Process, but we will be because listen, not only are we the best show on the internet, not only are we the only recipient of the Wooden YouTube Award. There it is. But we are now also the premier wrestling commentary show on YouTube.
We got opinions.
We have opinions, and here's the thing.
God damn it, you hear it.
Prove us wrong. Prove us wrong.
Right.
Because here's the thing. No matter what you say, that's an opinion.
Yeah.
Who's to say that they're better than us?
I mean, who's got the experience?
Who's got the experience? Yeah,
we've tussled. We've gotten into the squared circle.
Hustled a little bit too when we needed to.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm more of an expert than half of these dickweeds that are commenting on our channel.
I mean, okay. One thing, I got a comment the other day.
Yeah.
And I don't really know how to take it.
Okay.
So the comment.
Which one was it?
This was on one of the ones in the past few days.
Yeah.
Somebody referred to me as a dishwasher.
Oh no, I saw that one.
Yeah, and I
don't think that was about you.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Hang on.
Or maybe I just took it that way.
I think you took it that way.
I was taking a little more, and which it didn't make any sense. So like, it's very possible that I misinterpreted the comment.
Well, you did misinterpret the comment. Because the person, and they actually just responded, because I responded to them. They said, "Of fucking course it's okay." So this was on a short that was about your rant on people using mirrored boxes to hide their packages.
Yes.
And we were all like, "That is the dumbest thing we've ever heard."
Sure.
Christy made a comment about a postal carrier would not use it. The person commented, of course they wouldn't carry it since it's built into the porch, you dumb dishwasher. I said the word was use, not carry. And then they just said, When the YouTube channel name matches with the people running it, they'd have to carry it onto their porch to use it, to which I'm going to reply with,
We're doing this live.
You, that, what? And you, I'm saying, okay. Yeah, we know why we named the channel.
Listen, y'all, if you're watching this show, if you click on a link that says Brain Wreck Live,
understand the
if you're looking
and the words used.
If you're looking for factual information, or if you're looking for sanity,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to find it here. It's not the place. Like, look at the title.
Yeah. I'm going to heart them. I'm going to give them a heart.
Give them a heart. There you go. That's your new job.
We know why we named the channel what it is. You still didn't understand the words used. Thanks for the comment. I feel reading is hard, especially when it's on the internet, folks. Should I say we're live right now? Come join us.
Well, if they subscribe, they'll get the notification.
We're live.
You got to ring that bell, folks.
Come join us.
That's right. As a matter of fact, if you can, please
there you go. Look at that. See, this is all part of the plan, folks. This
is all part of it.
I like this. I can get used to this setup. Like, being in the back seat and just like going along for the ride,
and just hanging out
is nice.
Yeah,
I kind of like this.
And if I start to get involved in what I'm doing and I can't click the buttons no more, we can just in fact put a scroller down on the bottom and just let it run for a little bit. So I think we're going to do that.
We're taking off, man. We're going into the stratosphere.
It's about time. It's about
time.
So we got to talk some. We got to talk some.
This is so much fun.
I'm so glad you're having fun. So we got to talk some wrestling.
We do got to talk some wrestling.
So the first thing I want to talk about is it is done with. It is over. The Stinger has retired.
The Stinger. Yes.
Before we get into the actual retirement match, and before you completely walk off screen on me,
I had to get something.
Okay, there you go. He needs props.
Yeah. Look at that.
So
this was my first wrestling figure, by the way.
That's what I was going to get into. Like, what does the Stinger mean to you?
Okay, so here's the thing. Growing up a wrestling fan, like wrestling has always been around me for like as long as I can remember. Like, it was always a thing in my house. It was always a thing between my brother and I. Like, it was just always around me. So like, it was just one of those situations where you sort of like snap into existence and you have like all this stuff around you. Like this.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, I'll show you. Hang on.
Oh boy, more props.
So, let me make sure I'm sorry. Okay, so like, this is the first figure I remember having.
Okay,
was Sting, and it was one of those things too, where like as I was sort of getting older, as like a young child, like 3, 4, 5, I always knew who Sting was.
Right,
but I was not watching WCW.
That's so funny.
Because you know what I mean? Like, it was one of those situations where it was just always this known thing. Because the other thing that I had, like, just out of nowhere.
Oh, okay.
Like, it was the Hasbros.
Right.
So like WWF was like life.
Right.
Back then. But there was always this thing where like, I always knew about WCW. I always knew about, the wrestlers who were over there, but like, I never watched it.
Mm-hmm.
It was always just WWF in the morning, sometimes a pay-per-view. But like, again, like, you knew who Sting was. You knew who Ric Flair was.
Right.
You knew all these guys. And then, like, as I got older, like, I really didn't start watching WCW until around like 95, 96.
Okay.
When like the NWO came in.
Right.
Like, that is when it really started to catch my attention, and I was like, "Oh, there's another channel that I have access to. I'm gonna watch it."
Mm.
And Sting was one of those guys that for a while I never really appreciated.
Okay.
Like, he was always just, like, one of those guys who you're like, "Yeah, like, that's the established star. I recognize that. He's, he's got some fun matches. He's got a cool look."
Mhm.
But, like, I was always a fan of other dudes. Never had, like, an issue with
Mhm.
Sting, but it was always like there were always other people that I liked more. It wasn't until the past few years, I would even say, like, kind of in between when he, left WWE and then joined AEW, that I started to, like, see more of, like, those early '90s, late '80s Sting
Oh, okay.
matches, like Surfer Sting,
Right.
and kinda, like, seeing, like, more of that, starting to appreciate it a little bit more, starting to really enjoy what, like, that era of Sting brought,
Mhm.
and, like, the more I was watching, the more I was like, "This is what pro wrestling is missing,"
Oh, yeah.
is, like, this high energy, these pops of colors, this, like, over the top look,
Okay.
just getting the crowd into it. Because I feel like that's something that wrestling today still sort of misses, is, like, the guy who is just larger than life, that is just into it and
Mhm.
always getting the fans into it. Like, real, like, you don't see as many guys today, like, really feeding off the fans like they
Right.
used to back in the day.
Totally.
Like, it's very much just, it's story driven. They know the beats that they have to hit,
Mhm.
and they do get that interaction, they do get that engagement, but, like, there was something about that era with, like, Surfer Sting, that, like, he
Mhm.
came out and he seemed like he's there in it with the fans. Like,
Right.
that is what really, like, just got the excitement going. So, the older I got, the more I started to appreciate what he was doing more, and just the fact that he had this last run, like,
Mm.
dudes in his 60s,
Just
jumping off balconies,
throwing all caution to the wind,
going
you
through
know?
tables. I'm just like,
Mhm.
"God damn,"
Right?
good for him. Especially
Yeah.
because, like, I remember watching his last match in WWE, but he
Oh,
just
yeah.
broke himself.
Yes.
I was just like, "Oh god." Like, that is,
Well
it was unfortunate too. Like, his whole WWE run was so fucked.
what they did with him at Mania was so horrible. Like,
That made no sense.
it made no sense. That was for, like, one dude who wanted to get over on Sting because he always
Right.
wanted to get over on Sting, and
Mhm.
then the finish made no sense. You don't debut a
Right.
guy at WrestleMania to bury him like that. Like,
Right.
it made no sense booking wise. It was
Yeah.
terrible. And then the next time he got hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. I think what AEW did with him,
Mhm.
I think was the best thing for him.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it was, and I think even going back to, like, when he came into the WWE, it should have been the same exact thing.
Mhm.
Don't put him out there on his own. Put him with
No.
somebody
Yeah.
young. Put him with somebody that you wanna get to the next level.
Mhm.
Build a connection between the 2. Have him be the mentor. Have him be the second. Have him be the guy who can get into it when he needs to get into it.
Mhm.
And if there's gonna be a match, it's a tag match.
Right.
Protect him. He's
Oh,
old.
totally.
He's not
Yes.
doing it as much anymore. Like, for God's sakes, the man is a legend.
I mean, he is a legend. And, I remember in the 1st grade. So
Mhm.
do you remember uh back in elementary school when it was Halloween and you get to do the parades through the hallway with your costume on?
Yeah.
So, 1st grade, I wanted to go with Sting.
Mhm.
Uh, Again, I didn't really watch WCW either. I was a WWF guy, hardcore, forever. But I did started watching WCW when Hulk came in because
Mhm.
that's who my dad liked. So
Right.
he would watch a little bit of that. And for a little while, especially leading up to the War Games match where you had Hulk, Savage, Luger, and Sting going in there, like that was like I was all in on WCW there. So and Sting was obviously the coolest one. and then they lost me with the whole NWO thing and the fake Sting, and then who was the real, like for me at that age, it was too confusing. Like I couldn't follow it. I was like,
Right.
I'm gonna go watch Duke the Dumpster Drosy instead.
Mhm.
So, but I wanted to be Sting. So my mom, we got some pair of sweatpants. She
Yeah.
got some puffy paint, and she did a little scorpion on the side with the leg, and then the face paint. And of course, as a kid, like you're like, oh my god, like I'm gonna be fucking Sting, right?
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
except at school, there's no one there to help you like get ready for
Yeah.
like the parade thing. So like I had the pants on, and then
Yeah.
I went and I remember going into the bathroom, and I had like the face paint crayons
Yeah.
at the time, and I'm like looking in the mirror, and I'm like trying to do it, but like
Oh,
I'm pretty
no.
sure I just drew a cock on my face. I had no idea what I was doing. And I came out, and then everyone's like, "Oh, who are you supposed to be?"
That's the worst.
And I'm like, "I'm Sting, woo!" And like, that everyone's like, "Good for you, good for you."
Mhm.
But like,
Mhm.
I like just knowing that the face paint wasn't what I wanted it to be,
Mhm.
and nobody knowing who he had, like it was just so defeating. And I
Yeah.
think maybe that's part of the reason why I didn't watch WCW anymore. But yeah, Sting's always been one of those guys. Like even when they did the Thunder at the War Memorial where Arquette won the title.
Dude,
Um, I mean, I went
I
because
went.
I thought Sting was going to be there, and he was.
Okay.
He did a tables match with the Wall.
To which and it was like what, right after he had been given the bloodbath
Yeah,
by
yep, yep,
Vampiro,
yeah.
and he was like still all sticky. And like he literally came out, did the match, walked to the back, and then they just show that shot of him like walking through the doors. And I'm like, I know where that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So this match. So I guess we can talk about the match now.
Yeah.
I did not order the pay-per-view.
I did not.
But all right,
Griffin also went, shout out to the Wall.
shout out to the
Yeah.
Wall. I mean,
Which actually, before we get to AEW,
yeah.
was it me or did like anybody else think that Sting was Mexican?
No.
Starcade,
Okay.
97.
Okay.
After the match, he looks at the camera, he says something in Spanish.
I'm pretty sure he was on drugs then.
No, I don't think he was.
Like he was not
Like he said
well
something in
at
Spanish,
that
and I remember
time.
like eight-year-old me was like, "Oh man, is Sting Spanish?"
Is he part of the LWO?
Soon to be. How come he's not in there?
All right.
That is something that always confused me, and I don't know if that is like me misremembering what happened.
Well, he is from Southern California, so like
I mean, that's okay.
highly Hispanic area. Stop. Would you stop touching anything?
It keeps tilting. Listen, I got to do something. I don't know what to do with my hands anymore.
He doesn't know what he. Anyway, no, I don't think. I don't know. Can someone look up? Does he like enchiladas? Like, what's going on here?
So I just had an enchilada the other night.
Did you?
Yeah, it was great.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So
okay, AEW.
So I didn't get the pay-per-view. You didn't get the pay-per-view.
No.
But it seemed like if you wanted to see the match or at least parts of the match, you could find it. Like
yeah, I was following it on Twitter.
Yeah. So first off, the entrance. Let's talk about the entrance a little bit to begin with. The fact that they gave you the tease of Surfer Sting.
Bro, I was so hyped.
Right?
Yeah.
And then when you find out it's this kid, you're like, oh. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you get probably the worst looking Wolfpack Sting anyone has ever seen.
I mean,
it looked nothing like him, and it's his fucking kid.
Well, I mean, like, I don't think they're going for accuracy.
I mean, no, this was a sentimental thing. I get it. Yeah.
Moment.
But it took me out of it. I'm like, you couldn't have like got a better actor.
Fuck off.
Like you could have paid somebody. a little bit more. I mean, it's under the makeup. Like, who's gonna know? So, but then you get Sting coming
Yeah.
out, and I'll admit I have not seen the full match. I've seen
I have
enough of
not
it
either. Yeah.
to know that there's some things that happened. One thing in particular that a lot of people are talking about.
Mhm.
Um, this Darby Allin kid.
Dude.
What do you think of this guy?
I mean, he has a style.
Sure.
He has a way about him.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he seems to enjoy what he does.
I mean, isn't that all that matters?
I mean, yeah. I don't. I mean, it, it's not for me.
It's not for you.
It's
Okay.
not for me.
That's fair. That's
It
fair.
just. It's. You know, the comment used to be thrown around about Mick Foley,
Mm,
about him being a glorified stuntman.
yeah.
And I was always like, that's a little bit harsh. Mick's an entertainer. He
Yeah.
knows how to get the crowd going.
He does
He's
sock
got
puppets.
he's got charisma.
Mm-hmm.
Darby Allin. I'm like, who's this for? Because it's not for me. And like, I'm okay if somebody's like, oh no, I really like that. Hey, if
Right.
you really like it, then that's fine. Like, I'm not here to rain on your parade or tell
Sure.
you what you should or should not like. Okay, that's not what I'm saying.
Right.
It's
Different
just
strokes for different folks, you know?
I don't understand why.
Mm,
I don't know why. There's a lot of guys in AEW that I see, and I'm like, I don't know who this is for. I don't know
mm,
where they're going. I don't know what they're doing. I don't get it. And this isn't like old man Kevin, like, oh, but it's not like it was back in my day. No, like, I have watched every form of wrestling
mm-hmm.
there is.
Right.
And throughout it all, there is stuff that I enjoy. There's stuff that I like. There's stuff that I love. Okay. From here, there, everywhere. And it's not all of AEW. Like,
Right.
let me just say that. Like, I'm not one of these guys who's like, fuck AEW. Like, no, like, I don't. It's fine if you like it. I don't care. But like, there are some guys that I watch, and I'm like, I don't understand what this is. I don't understand what you're trying to do.
Mm,
Like, are you just in it for the spots? Are you just in it for the moment? Like, what is
mm,
your end goal? Like, I don't understand Darby Allin's goal. Like, I don't know what he's trying to do.
right.
He's just a guy that jumps off shit. Like,
Well, okay. So to answer one of your questions,
yeah,
who is this for?
yeah.
This is for 16-year-old me.
Is
Okay.
it?
Because back then, I was a huge fan of like CZW, like the deathmatch stuff. Like as a fucking angsty ass teen,
Yeah,
that shit was like right up my alley.
yeah.
Later on, learned that they did that shit because they couldn't work, and it was a great way to hide it.
Yep.
But as a kid who just liked seeing fucking wacky shit, and
Mhm.
it was right up my alley.
Okay.
Um, as old man Axe, now it ain't up my alley no more. And for those of you who don't know, maybe you haven't seen yet, and if you haven't, god damn it, we're gonna bring it to you.
Mhm.
This is what we've been talking about, folks. This is directly from Sting's retirement match. This is the spot everyone is talking about. This is one Darby Allin doing something incredibly stupid. So here we go. Let's see if this works. This is new shit right here.
Terrible. I mean, that would be terrible. That's what they want. Out of his mouth. Darby.
God damn it.
What have we seen? Look at the blood, my God.
Good Lord. So the glass stuff. Oh,
Mhm.
hold on. I'll fix that. There we go. The glass stuff. I don't get the glass stuff, man. I don't
Dude,
understand it.
it is. I just don't know. Again, I mean, it's not for me. If it's for you guys out there,
Let us know.
like what you like. Yeah, and let us know. Let us know. Yes, I'm very curious to know what about the glass spots, the light tubes, all of that really gets the people going?
Well, as somebody, as I watch that and I
Yeah.
watch that spot,
Mhm.
the first thing that I would worry about is the goddamn glass hitting somebody in the crowd. Like,
Yeah.
like that would be like first and foremost, like holy like the thing could have just fucking explode and hit somebody right in the eye. And that's just
Right.
the dad in me being like, what
Oh,
the
sure.
fuck? Oh, Bergman's got something here. Says I'm rewatching Starcade right now. Wild Thing, in the celebration for Sting. Mortis is just chilling in a striped shirt and a trench coat. Oh, and he follows that up with and
The parka with a
wearing some
fanny pack.
fanny
I
pack.
mean, come on. The parka and a fanny pack is like prime 90s. That's the best.
Yeah, and Blakely says that's just
You've done that.
unnecessary.
I mean,
It
it's very
absolutely is.
you know, and I think what this ultimately goes to is, you know, a glass spot could be cool if it wasn't done every weekend all over
Right.
Twitter and happening 50 times in like half of these, you know, mud show indies. Like,
Mhm.
I like you could do a glass spot out of nowhere, and I'd be like, yo, like Kurt Angle, Shane McMahon.
Oh shit. Yeah, that was
When that happened, I was like, yo, that's fucking wild.
it was special. No one
Yeah.
had seen it before. Well, not since
Like,
like fucking Marty Jannetty, but like which he's
which,
supposed to
yeah.
like lose a leg, right? Or something.
I don't know, man.
I think he's got diabetes.
Well, I wish the best for him, I suppose. But like Shane McMahon going
Mhm.
through that glass back in the day, I was like, holy fuck. I watch that shit now, and I'm still amazed.
Yeah.
Seeing Darby Allin,
him falling on his head 2 times
that's
before that
oh my
is
god, dude, that thud.
fucking gross.
I hate that. You know, Darby Allin jumping off a ladder through a plate of glass does nothing for me. Sorry, it just does nothing for me.
And the thing is, like, and I'm looking at that spot as somebody who's done this before,
Mhm.
and you look at that spot and you're like, as a man who has been thrown over the top rope through a bridged ladder on 2 chairs type of thing,
Mhm.
the chairs are breaking his fall. Like
Yeah.
that's what's breaking his fall, which is a fucking hard ass fall.
Mhm.
And then you have to worry about the glass, you know, cutting you up as it's happening, and it's not necessarily the impact onto the chair, but it's the impact from the chairs to the floor. That's
Mm.
really gonna fucking suck because that's where, you know, if one shard is sticking up the wrong way, like you're getting impaled. Like it's just the
Yeah. I
fucking
mean,
truth.
that's probably gimmicked glass,
Well, probably, but
you know?
the
Because like that glass fucking shattered.
oh yeah, but like
Yeah.
it's still an unpredictable element. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
like I would take a tax 1,000 times over glass just because it's a more controlled element.
Sure. You can pull them
Um,
out. Glass gets stuck in
it
you.
and attack is only going to be so long, you know.
That's
So
true.
like
Yeah.
it's
Doesn't go in all the way.
it doesn't it's just it's a little uncomfortable,
Yeah.
you know. It's just a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But the point is like that kid. I mean, he's said it before. Like he's not going to be in the business that long. He's going to be, but for me. Oh wait, Bergman might have a.
Hang on. Okay, I want to read this. Okay, Bergman in the chat giving us the update on what Sting says at the end of Starcade. Sting clearly said something in Spanish, and it was close to Mamacita. Shivani goes, and now Sting has something to say. Tanae goes, was that in Spanish or English?
Was WCW ever good?
Before we continue on with Darby Allin, I want to say this. Everybody who was in WCW from 97 till it ended deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. They all deserve to be in a Hall of Fame because the fact that they had to deal with whatever the hell going on in WCW between the years of 97 and what was it, 2001,
Good
2000,
Lord, yeah.
they closed.
Mm-hmm.
They all deserve their flowers. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah,
fucking
totally.
give a ring to Mike Sanders, you know, like that's just, you know.
Oh man. But yeah, anyway, so Darby has said he's not going to be in the business, and I say bullshit. That is going to be one of those I call bullshit. He is going to be one of those fucking dudes that will be around forever because he will be the proverbial cockroach of wrestling.
Oh, he doesn't keep popping up.
He's going to keep popping up. He'll pop up. He'll do a spot. He'll go away. He'll pop up. He'll do a spot. Like, he's already looking to do like the Goldberg spot. Well, he'll come in, do a program, and be done, and then he can go fuck off on Everest or whatever the fuck he wants to do. You know?
Yeah, what was the thing he said? Like, oh, I'm going to go up to Everest. I don't know if I'm going to come back. Dude, come on.
Well, I mean, that's actually legit. Like 300 people die a year.
I know, but like, I don't know. I don't get him. I don't get him.
But I guess overall, like, what did you think about the match itself, that being the final one for Sting and that being his farewell?
From what I saw, so I still haven't watched his the promo he gave in the ring after the match. I still haven't had a chance to watch that yet. You know, but I was scrolling through Twitter as it was happening, trying to get the updates, and you know, I'm glad he was able to go out with a win.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you often get in these situations where they're like, oh, you know, the old guy is going to pass it on to the youngins. You know, I think it was classy, for giving him the chance to go out as a champion.
Totally.
Giving him the chance to sort of end things on his note, the way he wanted to go, have that moment with his kids.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I like, as a wrestling fan and just knowing what Sting has meant to wrestling overall, I think it was a tremendous way to go about it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that it was good for him to have been able to reclaim the end of his story as opposed to what happened in the WWE. Because again, like that was not great.
Right.
So I'm happy he was able to go out this way.
Yeah.
Bergman says, really going to miss the fact no one talks about Sting's TNA retirement. Feels like this overshadows that. I don't really remember Sting's TNA retirement.
I don't either.
Like that late era of TNA and Impact, like honestly, like that's all lost on me. It was right around, I want to say, gosh, somewhere in like the early 2010s that like I just stopped following it. So like,
yeah,
I don't really know.
Once there was a goddamn Millionaires Club and like Booker T started phoning it in, and then like
I think it was around the time of the main event. It was right before Aces and Eights that I stopped watching. But like Joker Sting, Hogan's return, Bischoff's involvement, I did not follow any of that. It sucked. This is a bit. He lost to Meg. No. Bergman, thank you for that. Like, we were so out of the loop that you could have told us it was the most touching retirement ever, and
we would have believed you.
Fucking lost to Magnus. What? In TNA, a company that he basically helped build.
Oh, they survived solely because of Sting. They
survived solely because of Sting in that era.
God damn. Yeah, like it was. I think it was the man went out on top the way that it should be, and so few people get that. Like so few people get the opportunity to go out the way that they want to. That it was super refreshing to see. It wasn't an injury. It wasn't I have to retire type of thing. It wasn't I guess that was my last match because I can't do it again type of thing. It was He went out exactly the way that he wanted to. Went out looking like a superhero, taking on two
Yeah.
Bucks. You know, and good on the Bucks. Like they had it. It was a lot to live up to,
Sure.
and you know, with Darby doing the stupid spot, him being out for most of the match after that, they and Sting, like they really did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
For what it was, a garbage match, whatever you want to call it, it was really well done. So
Mhm.
I'm not a big fan of AEW. Like they do a lot of things that I don't agree with.
You know, that actually not to kind of transition into a negative here.
Mhm.
But I kind of feel the same way.
Mhm.
You know, I feel like there's a lot of things they do well.
Yeah,
You
they
know,
do.
for instance, like how they handle certain talent. Like I think that the way that they've handled Sting has been tremendous.
Mhm.
You know, I think that to have him come in and again, like finish his career on a high note is, you know, applause worthy.
Yeah,
Like
totally.
great job, you did that. But then like there is a lot of other stuff within AEW that I see and I'm just like, again, I don't know where this is going.
Mhm.
I don't know who this is for. And I think what dawned on me today, actually, as I was going through social media and just like seeing a lot of AEW popping up in my feed, was to me, AEW is about the one off.
Mm.
It's about the one off moment, the one off match, the one off feud.
Mhm.
There's really no build, in my opinion. And maybe it's something I'm missing. You know, I'll admit, I am a bit naive to the whole program. But from what I see, there's nothing that really draws me in. There's nothing that really hooks me in a way that like other companies in the past have.
Well, the thing is, like, they have the best wrestling you'll ever see.
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
Like the best technical wrestling is in AEW
Mhm.
by a mile. I mean, not the
Or
women's
not.
division, but like by a mile.
Sure.
But but they really lack in story. They
Yes.
really lack in consistent storytelling,
Yes.
and they really lack in um they really lack in creative situations that pan out well. What is going on here?
That's your dude, that is
What is going on here? I turned that off. I turned that off.
it's back.
I just turned it off again.
Good,
But
good.
yeah, like so they try to do a lot of creative
Yeah.
things, but it fails a lot of the time.
Yeah. And I think that's part of it is like there's nothing to keep me there long term.
Mhm.
There's nothing that really makes me want to number one like join in.
Right.
And like if that's your thing, like if you like watching just the technical match, and like I know a lot of people have this preference between like wrestling should be about the match, no, wrestling should be about the story. I am from the mindset of like wrestling is about the long term.
Mm.
You know, I want to know where things are going next. I want to know how things are going to build. I want to know the story. I want to know the characters. I want to know more than just the match because it is like this. It's supposed to be this larger than life thing.
Right.
And if I'm only going to be there just to watch a bunch of people just wrestle,
Mhm.
then like how is that different from like any other sport? How like what are you really doing to set yourself apart and make yourself
Mhm.
different? And because listen, with wrestling there needs to be a level of entertainment. I don't care how you feel
Absolutely.
about it. Without that level of entertainment, it just doesn't matter. And I mean like you look at any other sport, UFC,
Mhm.
boxing, baseball, football, basketball, you always have your shit talkers. You
Oh, yeah.
always have your guys that are coming out there trying to be the superstar and act like the superstar and run their mouth and like that is all pro wrestling.
That's why Dennis Rodman did so well.
That's why Dennis Rodman did so well.
Mhm.
You know, that's why like you had so many guys in the NFL
I guess
who were
well is
larger than
relative, though.
life.
I guess well is relative, though. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
well, it's relative. I mean, like his early career was pretty good,
yeah.
but like that's why you have so many guys in like the UFC who have such notoriety because they talk shit. They put on
Mhm.
a performance.
Yeah.
They're entertaining. Guess what? That's pro wrestling.
That's all it is.
You know, if you're going to be two guys in trunks and doing a bunch of arm bars and rolling around and slapping each other in the face, give me one of those matches in a show. I'm okay with it. If that's like the entire thing that you're building off of, there's nothing for me there.
Right.
Nothing.
Where's the garbage man? Where's the clown?
Where's the clown? Give me the clown.
Where's the cop?
Give me the Surfer Sting. Give me the
where's
Crow.
Surfer Sting. Exactly.
Yeah.
So we talk about that wrestling show, and now moving on to the other one of we are on the road to WrestleMania, sir. I have not been keeping up as to what has been going on. I know that Hollywood Rock is here. I know that they are building to some sort of match, tag team match. And I feel like I'm going to watch this year. I feel like they've done enough of a job and have kept me interested enough to that I will sit down and watch quite possibly 2 nights of WrestleMania back to back.
Yeah.
So kudos to them is what I have to say, because normally I could care less, but here we are and I wouldn't have thunked it in 2024, that I'd be looking forward to a WrestleMania.
It's going to be amazing. And so here's the thing. My brother and I are going, right? He texted me the other week and this was like the Raw, this was the SmackDown where The Rock came out and called everybody crackheads.
Oh, which was wild.
Dude, that was
okay.
He texted me. Yeah, if you can find that, because I'll tell the story right now. My brother texted me like during it. He was like, let's see. He goes, I didn't think we would get Attitude Era Rock at Mania, but here we are. And this was also like the same day or the day after The Rock dropped that like 20-minute promo on Instagram.
Right.
He said, and then afterwards he said, I'm not sure if it's because we're going or it feels, he says, I'm not sure if it's because we are going, but it feels like a way bigger deal this year.
It really does. It
and
really does.
And I said it's both.
Yeah.
It is absolutely both, because you have, without a doubt, a new era of the WWE on the horizon.
Oh yeah.
WrestleMania 40 is going to kick off the next generation of the business, the next generation of the industry.
Absolutely.
And I think how it's happening right now is like, again, you have the best product that they have had in decades.
Yeah.
Decades. The best workers, the best mic men, the best women, the best everything, the
Without
best
question.
production, the best reach. And now you're also getting this element of a little bit of the old. But it's that little bit of an element that like really makes you question what's happening. I don't care what people think about what happened with The Rock and Cody.
Right, because
it's
worked
matter.
out. It's worked out anyway.
Y'all have your opinions. I have my opinions on how everything went down and how everything worked out.
You don't think CM Punk's hurt? We know. You don't think CM Punk's hurt? We know.
CM Punk's not hurt. He's coming back at Mania. Stone Cold's going to come out. Save Cody. It doesn't matter what the original plans were, what the intentions were, what the pivot was, what the swerve was, what the shift was. Where it is right now is huge.
It's wild.
Whether you like it or you don't, guess what? You're talking about it. Whether you enjoy it or not, guess what? You're watching it. You're following it. You're talking about it. You're telling your friends about it. You're complaining to random people you don't know online about it. This is huge. Okay? It's big.
It's big.
There and it's not just what's happening on top. It's not just the main event. If you actually take a moment and go through everything else that's happening in the company right now, Gunther is going to blow up in a big way.
Yes.
This year. Whatever happens with the Intercontinental title next, like this will be one of the few times in the past few decades where that title will get somebody to the next level.
Yeah, it's true.
You're going to start seeing a lot of guys just be more established and just be the guys who are there that are consistent, that are, and I don't want to say lifetimers as a negative, but like lifetimers in the way where like when you think of the WWE, like you're going to think of them.
Yeah, I agree.
And when you think of them, you're going to think of the WWE and the product that they provided. And the same thing with the women. The women's division has never been better than what it is right now.
It's so good. It's
fucking good.
Insanely good.
Yes.
The women's Rumble was better than the men's. The women's Elimination Chamber was better than the men's.
Yes.
You have some of the greatest women's workers who have ever existed.
Yes.
Performing on a weekly basis.
You have just it's huge. Like it's I don't know how else to put it. It's huge. It's going to be fucking amazing.
And when I started looking at the card that's already kind of established for WrestleMania and also kind of the, the rumored card as well. It's stacked.
Yeah.
Like top to bottom, both days.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I don't think, I mean, I watched Elimination Chamber.
Sure.
And one thing that if they can improve upon one thing, it's the fucking color commentators. Like, I can't stand it. Like, they do not let anything breathe at all.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's the inexperience.
I think so. Like, they just go and go and go and go. And like, they don't let a moment sink in and resonate. Like, they just have to talk and talk and talk and talk. So like, when we actually went to the Rumble and we didn't have to listen to their bullshit, it was so much better.
Yeah.
It was so, like, they should offer it, like, Netflix. Okay. If you want to give people the proper viewing experience, give us a toggle switch. Announcing on, announcing off.
No. I want 3 options. Well, okay. Well, 4. You get your foreign language. Okay. You got to show support for the foreign language.
Sure, of course.
You get your regular commentators, your Michael Coles, your Corey Graves. You get your off, right? No commentary. You get your SpongeBob and Patrick Star.
Oh yeah.
Because did you see Nickelodeon's coverage of the Super Bowl?
No, I did not. No,
dude, it is unhinged.
We like unhinged.
If you had SpongeBob and Patrick Star calling Monday Night Raw, you bet your ass I'd be subscribing to Netflix.
Okay, all right. Well, there you go, Netflix, right there. Yeah. And as somebody like me, what I would love is just to feed to the production guys and like their in-ear chat. Because if you want to hear some fucking unhinged shit, listen to some production guys talking while it's live.
Oh,
sure. And you get to hear them being called names that you can't even fucking fathom.
Yeah.
So Netflix, if you want to give the people what they want, just subscribe to the show.
Yeah.
Like that's all you have to do.
Basically. Yeah. Holy cow. What a night.
What a night. What a night for first. We'll get better at this new production thing. We are live for the first time in a very long time on Facebook. And if you're on the YouTube, you can follow us on Facebook at BrainWreck TV.
Yes.
We're on there. We also have merchandise. So please go over to our TeePublic store. Get yourself a BrainWreck TV. We got new designs over there. We're probably going to come up with some new designs overall.
Come soon. We talked about some old designs recently.
Yeah, we got some old designs up there. So, if you like the vintage stuff, if you've been watching this goddamn show for the 7 years that it's been on some sort of fucking platform. We've got something
Gross.
for everything.
A little bit for everyone.
A little bit for everybody.
Yeah.
But we're gonna keep trying to improve this show. We're seeing great results in the shorts that we've been putting up.
And comment on the shorts.
For the love of
We're
God.
more than happy to discuss. I've been trying to get this guy all night to join the chat in the show, and he just he keeps commenting, but he won't watch the stream.
He won't watch the
if you're
show.
watching the stream and you're being quiet in the stream, don't do that. Say hi.
Let us know.
We want to talk to you.
We'll put you on air. Come on.
We'll put you on air. It was great. Yeah. This is your chance to be famous on a channel that has 350 subscribers.
Hey, listen, but at the beginning of the year, we were at 200 something. So, we're growing.
Gotta start somewhere. Okay. You don't know what our goals are. Plus,
I mean, actually, technically, we set everyone our goals at the beginning of the year on air for this channel.
Goals. These are personal.
No, we said for the channel too. Go back and watch your own show. But anyway, we are just going to keep improving. So please be sure to like, subscribe, follow us across all the platforms, and we will continue to bring you the goddamn best show on the internet.
Absolutely.
I think that's it, right?
I got nothing else. We've done it.
We've done it. So
great.
You're so excited.
So excited.
So for this week, I've been Jason X.
I'm Kevin Graham.
And this has been your show.
Peace.